Hey guys, welcome to my chess channel. In today's video, I will explain you about the powers of the king. First of all, let's solve the puzzle I gave you in my last video. If you missed my last video, it is in the description. Principal tactic of solving this puzzle is called the fork or the double attack. Keeping it in our mind, let's solve this. If you are new to chess, don't worry, I will explain this tactic in my upcoming video. So, in this game, best move for white is bishop takes e5 bishop and attack both black's king on d6 and black's rook on h8. Now, black don't have any other options other than taking the bishop with queen. Otherwise, black will lose the rook. After king takes e5 bishop, white can set up another double attack by sacrificing rook for knight. For that, white's best move is rook takes knight on h6 and again attack rook on h8. Now, black should take the rook, otherwise white will be up a piece. After black plays rook takes h8 rook, white can again give a fork with his knight. So, the move is knight to g4 check. Now, black has no option to defend his rook. So, once black moved his king, white can take the rook. Then, white will be ahead with material and easily win this game. Now, let's move to today's video. And at the end of this video, there is an interesting puzzle too. Now, let's learn about the king. The king is the most valuable piece in the game, because if we lose him, it's all over. The goal in chess is to capture the enemy king while providing sufficient protection to your own king. But despite its precious nature, the king is not terribly mobile. In this position, the white king on e5 can move to all of these squares. It's easy to remember how the king moves. It can move one square in any direction as long as that square isn't defended by an enemy piece. So here, the white king can move to any of these squares. In this position, with the king on c2, the king can move to these squares. So remember, a king can move diagonally, horizontally or vertically one square whenever it wants to. In the beginning of the game, we want to keep the king safe, protect him behind a phalanx of pawns. But later, when there is less danger lurking, we can use the king actively. With its dependable pattern of motion, the king can be a very powerful short-range warrior. It is critical to learn how to judge when is the suitable time to activate the king. I'll discuss it in the endgame section video. So now you know how the king moves. We also know that the goal in chess is to capture the king. Whenever the king is threatened, it is called check. In this position, if white plays the pawn from e4 to e5, we know that pawns captured diagonally, the black king is in check. This is marked with a plus mark, by the way, in notation. So here, this would be e5 check. The black king would have to move, and we can see that the black king could move to e6, e7, d7, c7 or c6. The black king couldn't move to c5 or d5 or capture on e5 because the white king defends those squares. It is an illegal move for a king to ever move to a square where it can be captured. This is called check. So when you are in check, you can just move out of the way. The real goal in chess is checkmate. In this position, white can play e7, which is checkmate. The black king is attacked. but it can't move anywhere. The c8 and e8 squares are defended by the white d7 pawn. The e7 pawn of white attacks the black king and the white king defends that pawn, defends the d7 pawn, and also guards the c7 square. Black can't go anywhere. This is called checkmate. This is your goal in chess. There is one more way for a game to end. In this position, it is white's move. What can you do? Well, any answer you gave would have to be wrong, because there's no square you can move to. c1 and e1 are guarded by the black d2 pawn. e2, d2 and c2 are guarded by the black king. So in fact, white can't move anywhere. But white is not in check. This is called stalemate. The game is drawn. So we know if we attack the king, it is check. The king can move away. If we attack the king and the king can't go anywhere, that is checkmate. The game is over and the player who delivered the checkmate wins. A stalemate is when you cannot make any legal moves with your king, but you are not in check. The game is drawn. Now let's do some exercises to get used to king moves. Here, identify all the squares the white king can legally move to. Here, white is in check. What is the best move? In this position, white can take d7 pawn with c6 pawn. Now black is in check and can't move anywhere. In other words, black is checkmate. In our next video, let's discuss about the rook. And now, it is the time for our today's puzzle. Try to find the best move for white within 20 seconds. I will give the answer in my next video. For more puzzles, go to my Facebook page using the link given in the description below and hit like for us and subscribe our YouTube channel to learn chess. Thank you.